What is up, YouTube? What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing today? I want to welcome everyone to Ask a Dev episode number 18. I really hope that everyone's doing well. Going here live. The topic I'm going to talk about, which is about what to expect your first interview. I actually made a vlog on this. And the problem was everything else in the vlog went well. But the problem was that you cannot really hear me because I was next to the freeway, I was next to a highway, so you can hear all the cars riding behind me. You can hear my voice, but you can't really hear me. So I'm literally here editing it. Check it out. I might have to open it though, but it sucks, man, because I put in a lot of effort to record that video and it didn't come out well. So I'm here. I thought I might as well do Ask a Dev, but check it out. You guys are here on camera right now, so I'm right here recording on my camera. I'm doing the time lapse right now on my camera, and I'm and this is where that's not Supergirl, but yeah. So this is where the vlogs are at. This entire vlog, right here, everything on here. It's supposed to work, but it ended up not working. So anyway, man. So I'm back. Anyway, so I'm here. So what's up, everyone? I hope everyone's doing good. Let's see who's in the chat right now. Ismael, Santiago, Lunchbox, what's up? Kasim, Dante, what's up, bro? Lance, Curtis, first time New Scientist hasn't been around that much. Craig Fisher, what's up, everyone? So the reason I want to talk about this is because a recruiter actually contacted me a couple days ago. I think it was Thursday. Right after work, I was driving to Bible study, and they called me, and they wanted to see if I was interested in the job. It was pretty interesting, and now in the end, no, I wasn't interested in the job, but they said, Chris, we just want to do a phone interview and check it out, etc. And so I figured, you know what? I might just do the phone interview so I could talk about it here on YouTube. And so what I did is I actually recorded the entire interview, and I'll put it on a video maybe sometime next week. So, yeah. But yeah, man, so again, as you guys know, what I usually do is I talk about a topic on Ask a Dev, and you guys ask questions while I talk about that, and then I'll go ahead and just, answer them. So anyway, this is what you need to expect in a phone interview. Number one thing to expect, if you were to go on your first interview, and I'm sure that this will happen to everyone, the first thing to expect on the interview is, number one, and also tips, I want to give tips on this, is that you have to be really bright on a phone interview. When people actually contact you, when they call you, when you finally get your first interview, people, what they'll be doing is that they'll be asking you questions like, they first want to get to know who you are. Now, they won't see your face, they probably see a picture from checking you out on social media, but what they usually do is that they check you out on social media, and they go ahead and they want to get that first impression. And that first impression you give them is through your voice. And so, for example, let's just say this is my first YouTube video, all right, my first YouTube live, and my voice sounds like this. What's up, everyone? This is YouTube live. This is YouTube live. I want to welcome everyone to Ask a Dev episode 18. Yeah, life is exciting, and yeah, it doesn't sound fun. It's not something you want to listen to. You probably will dislike the video. Someone probably already did. No, I'm not. I'm actually here at Bobaloka. This is where I edit all my vlogs. But yeah, so first thing is that when you do get in a phone interview, you want to make sure you have an upbeat voice, that you're excited to talk to them, and you don't sound really dry. And so these are the questions that they asked me on a phone interview on Thursday. The first thing that they asked, number one thing, and you need to expect this in every phone interview you receive. The first thing they ask for a tech interview is this on the phone is, Chris, why are you applying to this job? What is it about this company? Why do you want to work for us? So why did you apply in the first place? Now, the reason they ask that in the first place is because your answer, depending on not just what your answer is, but how fast you answer that question, will determine if you're really genuine, if you really want to work for that company. And so for me, I didn't actually apply, but they asked me, Chris, why would you be interested in working for us? And I'm not really interested, but I gave them my response. I think it could be cool to work for a large-sized company. I work for a small company right now, and I think that I would have a chance to really grow with you guys, and etc. And so, but let's say I am applying to a job, and they ask me this question, Chris, why did you apply for this company? Let's say it's entrepreneur.com, right? And I would say, you know what? You guys are a big company. Entrepreneur magazine has been around for a couple decades already. I've seen your magazine on my dad's table growing up since my dad ran his own business. You guys are really fast paced. You guys are known worldwide. Why would I not want to work for a big company like you? Right, so that's one of the responses I would have given without hesitation if it was a big company like that. And that first question that every company asks you, whether it's an in-person interview or on the phone, they ask you, why do you want to apply, or why did you apply? The second question that I ask, okay, and this is interesting because I've done a lot of phone interviews with tech companies actually recently, within the last 6 months, just trying to see what people are looking for today. And what they did is that they asked me, they'll ask you this, I ask you to rate yourself on the languages you know. This is very important. And now some people will give answers like, I give myself a 10 on HTML, a 5 on jQuery, a 7 on JavaScript, but you also have to give a reason why you rate yourself at those certain languages. So they asked me, Chris, what languages do you know? I told them that I know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, PHP, MySQL, Ruby, and what languages I was interested in learning. And they told me, okay, I'm glad, Chris, to know that you actually know these languages, but now we want you to rate yourself on those languages. Now, what's really important, guys, is that at this time, when you are asked to rate yourself on those languages, you have to be honest. Right? Why do you have to be really honest when you answer yourself on these questions? When you rate yourself on these languages, is because you'll be tested on those languages when you go to the job. Right? So he asked me, Chris, how do you feel with this is for a front-end developer position. I said I'm a 10 on HTML, and I joked with him, if I'm not a 10 on HTML, why would I ever work for that big company? Right? Since I'm the position was for a front-end engineer position, so I said I was a 10 at HTML. I said I was a 9 at CSS because I feel there's a lot more I don't know about CSS that I still need to understand. He asked me about my JavaScript and jQuery. I told him this, I'm a 6 or 7 on JavaScript, but I'm a 9 on jQuery. But I told him if I had Google, I'll be 11 on JavaScript. And he laughed at me and he said, that's true. No one's really as good as you can be if you don't have Google. He asked me about PHP skills. I said my PHP skills are at a 4. My SQL skills are at a 2. I was very honest with that because if I was to come in and they were to give me a code test, if I was really to go for that job, they would test me on that, and my results from those exams would have shown that I'm really not that good at PHP and MySQL because I'm still learning. And so we joked a lot. Other questions that they're asking you on a phone interview is if you're not currently working, but I am currently working as a front-end engineer, and so they asked me, so Chris, what is it that you do at your job? And this is how I gave him the answer, and he actually liked it a lot. He asked me, Chris, what is it that you do at your job? And I said, you know what, other than throwing paper balls at each other, other than throwing candy and making fun of each other and trying to blame everything on everyone for fun, I pretty much answer all the emails for clients at work. And immediately my response to that question really, I could tell he was really smiling on the phone. I could tell he was really into the conversation because my response right there wasn't just a robotic answer. Wasn't just a written answer that you memorize, that you write down, but it was a genuine answer, meaning I really love doing what I do. And so they ask you what you're doing in your job. Now, if you're not a developer yet and you get a phone interview, a question they'll ask you instead is what you do at your job is, what is that you want to do at the company? What are your goals? What are your objectives? What are your weak points, right? And so they'll ask a question just like that. And by the way, guys, I'm actually at a boba restaurant, so you're gonna hear all the boba in the background. Let me know if you have a hard time hearing me, by the way. So those are the kind of questions that I ask you. But I think more than anything, guys, more than just answering the questions, you want to start a conversation. Because you'll probably meet that person interviewing you on the phone eventually. You want to make sure that you give a good first impression. You want to make sure that you're very bright, that you connect with them. For example, this person asked, Chris, you only have 1.5 years of experience as a front-end engineer. Why should we choose you? In my mind, I'm like, well, you're the one that contacted me. But I said it's because I'm really competitive. Stan. But yeah, he asked me, anyway, so I said, I'm really competitive. I'm really passionate about what I do. I tell him that I talk about code all the time, that I try to help out people whenever I can. All I do is think about it. And And I told them, although it is a front-end engineer position, I told them I don't want to stick at front-end. I told them I want to become a full stack and be efficient, not just in the front-end aspect, but the back-end aspect too. So these are one of the many few things that you'll be asked on phone interviews. There's certainly a lot more. Again, guys, I did make a vlog on this right here. Check it out. So the vlog is here, but here's the vlog and etc. But as you get here close to this point, at this area right here, you can't really hear me, so that's why I'm doing a live. But anyway, yeah, I was editing it and I realized, forget it, I'm just gonna do a live video. But let's go ahead and check out the questions right now in the chat. By the way, guys, if you haven't yet, please go ahead and try to like this video. It helps a lot because it does push out my content to more people, and I really believe that my content will help people because I've seen so many people get jobs already. It's honestly kind of crazy. Like I can't believe how many people have gotten hired. I get emails literally every single week of people telling me, Chris, thank you for your vlogs. I started studying code 4 months ago. I never thought I'd be at this position. People are saying I've never ever seen this much money in my life getting paid this well. I've never it's crazy how much my company takes care of me. And so, I really I want to help out as many people as possible. And to be honest, guys, I get paid really well. So making YouTube, getting big on YouTube doesn't really make that big of a dent on my pocket, meaning it won't expand my pocket that much. So I'm just really doing this because I want to help as many people as possible. So let's go to the questions right now. Thank you for bearing with me. I know it's loud in here. Let's see. All right. First questions. First timer from Bahamas. What's up, Andy? Lance? Congrats on signing up. Let me know. Oh, by the way, guys, believe it or not, but I'm actually studying JavaScript on Team Treehouse right now. I just said it in my vlog. I'm doing a time lapse right now, but I'm studying Treehouse because I want to get better at it. I'm really good at jQuery, but I forgot a lot of just pure JavaScript. So I'm here on Treehouse right now. This is actually what Treehouse looks like for those who haven't seen it yet. For example, if I was gonna study about variables, what happens is that a video pops up, and they'll literally teach you how to use the developer tools and etc. There's a video of a person talking. Let's see if we can do it here. Yes, so it's like literally video, someone talking to you, guiding you how to do it. Anyway, let's go back. So yeah, I'm studying JavaScript on Treehouse right now too. So anyway, sorry, let's go back to the questions. I got caught off guard. All right. Dang, there's a lot of questions on here. Okay. What's up, everyone? All right, so Stan, I'm not at work. Frost says, hey, what's the first thing you made in a job using JavaScript? That's a good question. The first thing I made was a click function. When you click on something, it does something else. That's pretty much it. No, that's pretty much the first thing I made. You should be okay. Kaya Jones asks, what's the deal about WordPress? Is it kind of like PHP, Chris? WordPress isn't like PHP, but WordPress uses a lot of PHP. That is why majority of employers who need a WordPress developer, that developer has to know PHP to code around it or make plugins for PHP. All right, Curtis, should be an easy one. I'm broke and I can't afford I'm not sure what that means. Pete says this, I feel like I have a decent handle on CSS and HTML now. Should I start learning JavaScript or go more in depth with CSS, learning Sass or less? Now, the company that wanted to recruit me, they were sad that I didn't know Sass or less because we don't use that in my company, but they were fine with that. Now, I would say be sufficient in CSS. If you're not sufficient in CSS, you won't be as good in maybe Sass or less. Maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I would say I think Sass is more popular. But really just check around your area, your region, and find out what to look for. Alright, who else? Caston, for front end, what is the best JavaScript framework, Angular or React? Angular is more popular than React, and I would go for Angular because it's popular in my area. I don't know your area. Kaya, what's the next step, Lang, after HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? I would say what should you learn? I think you should learn how to use Ajax, work with Ajax. That's really important. Work with Ajax, then learn a front-end framework, maybe Angular, if you want to be good at front-end to help you get more jobs, and then move on to PHP and MySQL. All right. Let's see. Okay, Pete, I feel like I have a decent handle on... Oh, I already read that. Lunchbox says this. Hey, Chris, I'm 16 years old. Do you have any tips for a teenager learning and just beginning, especially outside the US? Big fan, by the way. Thanks for everything. No, thank you for watching, bro. Tips for a teenager is just learn. You have so much time. When I was a teenager, all I did was play World of Warcraft or Counter-Strike, and I regret that like crazy. So stay away from video games. Stay away from, hang out with your friends. It's important to have a social life, right? But more than just having a social life, I recommend just studying. Have a social life, but outside of that, make sure instead of playing video games and watching so much TV, what I would focus on is really studying code on Team Treehouse or Udacity, which is free and really good too. That's what I suggest. Craig Fisher says this: I want to start a YouTube vlog, much like yours. I'm currently a developer at a startup company. Oh shoot, what's up, Craig Fisher? Which company do you work for, bro? Yeah, man. When I made my first YouTube video, I had no idea it would have gone viral. I had no editing skills. I used the worst font you could imagine, possibly, and for some reason my channel blew up and I'm here now. So what I would say is just start it. Don't wait. Even if you have a phone, like I used the phone to vlog for everything before, right? But because my channel grew, because it kind of blew up fairly quick, it's not normal how fast my channel grew. My channel was able to pay for this $2,300 camera. My channel was able to pay for this, $2,000 MacBook Pro. So I'm really humbled by that. So just start. That's pretty much it, man. All right. Lance says he studies 4 to 5 hours every night. That's cool, dude. Again, by the way, guys, if you haven't yet, please like this video. It'll go ahead and help get my video out there that much more too. I would appreciate that. All right. Frost, would you ever go self-employed? I can. I have side hustles. Dev's Life Clothing is about to launch in about a month or two, trying to finalize everything. So my side hustle isn't freelance. I don't really want to do freelance. I wouldn't mind it, but I just like working for a company because I could learn from people even that much more. I'm more interested in learning now than having the best job out there. And so I want to work at a company so I can learn the best skills as I possibly can while I have my side hustle with Dev's Life. Okay. Have you ever seen a person over the age of 50 get hired as a junior developer? No, I have never seen that, G-Man Publications, but, it doesn't mean it's not possible. To be honest, people don't care about that. What's more important is that you're good at code, that you can get stuff done. That's more important than anything. So, even if let's say you're 50, if not more, if you're higher than 50 years old, just if it's something that you love, how much more time do you have left to live? Do what you love. Do more. Do what you love and do more. Yeah, so Pete, I feel like I have a decent hand. Oh, dude, I already answered you, Pete. Okay, Master of the Mash is asking, how long do you think web developers will be in demand? For a long time. Who watches TV anymore? Unless you're in high school, I guess, right? I never watch TV. Literally, like now I have YouTube Live, right? Here you go, like literally, I have YouTube Live right here. Let's see. Hey, look, I'm live on here. So I have YouTube Live now. I never watch anything on the home at my house. Everything's on the web now. So, yeah. No, web developers will be in demand for a long time, and they've actually been for a long time. Kira, I missed the beginning of the video. Can you please post this live video on your channel? Yes, I will. The beginning, I will not delete this video. The reason I deleted past live video is because my signal was horrible. So yeah. All right. SQL is not dying. No. Let's see. Open. Why do you say your front-end skills lack, man? Is JavaScript hard to learn? Yes, it definitely is. Man, I don't have any code open right now, but it's fun. Once you get a grasp of it, once you understand it, it's easy. So actually, what I do plan on doing within the next month is I never do tutorials. Okay, this is not a tutorial channel. But I think because I understand JavaScript that much better now, and I know how hard it is to understand, I plan on making a basic JS tutorial about functions, loops, what is a variable, why do you have to make sure you have to learn click functions, document dot get element by ID, document get element by oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah. So I'm thinking of doing that something soon. But let's keep going down. Who is here? Dang, there's a lot of questions, man. All right, let's go to the bottom. No one touched that behind me, Jax. Any more questions? Let's see. Ismail, all right. I'm not gonna lie. I did watch a movie with a friend today. We watched, was that The Mummy? It was pretty good. It's good to do that, but I'm already here. right? I'm getting offers from recruiters all around the country. I have a YouTube channel that's blowing up. I have a clothing line that's about to blow up. So for me, because I'm here and I made it and I made that sacrifice to stop watching TV and game, I'm here now, right? Now, if you want to get there and you're not there yet, what I would say to make sure you have the best possible future ever is that you have to make a sacrifice. You know, here's leisure and here's your sacrifice. I mean, you have to have more sacrifice and leisure to get to what you want, especially as a coder. At your age, I would do it now. So, all right, let's keep going down. Man, this is getting long. I might end the video soon. All right, here you go. Bobby says he's in the second week in coding bootcamp in San Diego. It's pretty intense. Congrats, bro. Bootcamps are good. I like bootcamps, man. All right. Anything else? Dimitri. All right, I'm gonna end in 5 minutes. All right. He says, "Hey, I'm interested in learning full stack and machine learning. I find it really hard to pick one over the other. I think this could be a good move." Yeah, that's a really good move. Machine learning, a good source is Udacity. I think they have free courses on that too, so check that out. JavaScript is more like PHP. I don't know Perl, but JavaScript is very similar to PHP because I'm fairly comfortable in JavaScript. PHP is a lot easier. So Time Lord says this: "Hey Chris, you should do a video explaining the differences between what you learned from Treehouse versus what you do in reality." Oh shoot, you know that's a good idea, man. I screenshot that. I'm gonna make sure I recommend you. I'll make a video on that. But honestly, everything I've learned at Treehouse, I have used at my work. So, all right. Hey Chris, what is one memory that you look back before you started coding that had a profound impact on you to this day? Dang, that's a good question. What is the one memory that you look back before you started coding? One memory is my family. You know, we had a really good business. My salary was like, you know, we made about $350,000 a year after expenses, and you know, we lost it. We lost everything. I mean, I went from having 3 houses, $150,000 Mercedes-Benz vehicles, having my own 2 cars, having everything I want, to, you know, having to work part-time for Bloomingdale's and struggling to survive in Las Vegas. And so that's one profound impact on my life, because I remember I don't want to go back there. I remember living off cup of noodles every single day because I couldn't afford food, living off Del Taco tacos because there's only 39 cents a taco. It's really cheap, and that's how I lived back then. And so knowing from where I came back, where I started, I don't ever want to go back there again. And so thinking about that, I want to work harder than ever to make sure that never happens to my family in the future. I want to make sure that never happens to my mom and my dad again too. So Curtis, I do recommend boot camps, but it has to be a good boot camp. There is a boot camp that I'm working with now, but I'm not going to mention anything until the paperwork's go through. They've been lagging a little bit on their end, kind of frustrating, but you know what? It happens. It's business. Anyway, but there is a boot camp I'm working with, and I have access to the course for free. I'm studying on it, and I'll tell you this: I learned more about the terminal because of that boot camp. I feel like I'm a better programmer now because of that boot camp. It's something that I really trust and believe in, but they have to do their part. A deal's a deal. I don't want to talk about them until they fill out the paperwork on their side, and I'll tell you who they are. But again, they haven't paid me any money. I got nothing out of it, and I went through the course. I'm still going through it. I'm learning Ruby and Ruby on Rails and JavaScript, ES6, and dang, I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot more from them than Treehouse. But again, it's a boot camp, so it's more expensive. Fortunately, I don't have to pay anything. I have it for free. But yeah, let's keep going. My greatest accomplishment in my coding career is just getting my first job. You know, for getting my first job as a developer and keeping the job and being valuable. That's the best thing now. And now I just want to get better in languages. Jax, Treehouse versus regular courses on Treehouse. You don't need a tech degree. The only good thing about a tech degree is that you'll have a mentor to guide you, but I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest, unless you have the money. If you have the money, do it. All right. Curtis, Iron Yard, I don't know much about them. I could check it out. I have Aaron's number. I'll text him. But yeah, I'll text him about that. I'm not sure too much about them. Nearhost, where's Adam's channel? I don't know, man. I told him to start a long time ago, and he never did it. Yeah, Stan, I found my job at Craigslist.com. And honestly, there's so many opportunities on there. Literally, what I do up to this day, every single day, I go on Craigslist.com and I literally just look, and if I see a good opportunity, I'll send out an application just to send it out. And I've got a bunch of job offers, but I never took those job offers because they're willing to pay more, but I felt like I wouldn't learn much at that company compared to mine. So all right guys, I think I'm gonna head out. This is one of the longer Dev's Life videos. Any last questions, ask now or see me in the next video next week. But again guys, if you haven't yet, please go ahead and like this video. Please like it. It helps push out this video to many other people out there, which I really do appreciate. Let's see. All right, Lunchbox Supreme, I'll read this one. Last one. Lunchbox Supreme says this. He says, thanks for the answer, but what about experience? You said you got more experience on the job than Treehouse. How could I get that similar experience being 16 and no possible way of getting a job? You can't. I mean, a job experience beats Treehouse. Treehouse helps you build a foundation. But if you don't study well on your own, then you won't do good at a job either. So what I would recommend if you're 16 is see if you can intern for anyone. Literally, if you have one day or one weekend, email every company around you that, you know, works in the web industry, and email them and say you want to intern for free. In return, you just ask if you could, see if you can ask a few questions a week and just learn and work on projects and just intern for free. And a lot of times, because you're 16 now, right, they'll actually pay you minimum wage in that case too. So check it out. Thanks, Rob. I'm really trying to hit that gym, man. I'm not lying, man. My shoulders are dying right now. I did deadlifts. I used to be able to deadlift 250 pounds. Now, because it's been so long, I can only deadlift like 150. So I'm getting back up there. But anyway, guys, thank you again for watching. You guys, you know, thank you for the support. Again, Dev's Life Clothing is gonna launch soon, sooner than you expect. Caesar, Warriors are gonna win, man. I'm from San Francisco, bro. But again, you guys can do it, man. Keep hustling. I'm literally getting emails all the time about people getting hired, and I plan on making another video maybe in 2 weeks about everyone who's gotten hired. I'm trying to meet with them who's gotten hired and see what they did to apply to make sure they could get a job, to help you guys get a job too. So man, lives are changing. I know someone who went from $25,000 a year to $45,000 a year, from not being able to pay for his kids' food to being able to buy his kids' clothes now. So, and that took 4 months. So man, it's possible. Caesar, I know LeBron's great, bro, but you know, we got KD, we got Steph Curry, and you know what? Because I like the Warriors, they're gonna win on Monday night. But again, I can't watch them live because I'm too busy. So I only watch the 10-minute highlights at 1 a.m. in the morning. But anyway, all right, guys, I gotta go. Thank you everyone for watching. By the way, if you haven't yet, please like this video. And if this is your first time watching my live videos or my vlogs in the future, make sure to subscribe. I appreciate all the support. I love you all. This is Krishan. This is the Life of a Web Developer, and I'm out. Peace.